There's good news and bad news. So the good news is that the worst toxin is non-persistent. It gets out of the body quickly. The bad news is that it's way more common than people realize. I'm going to surprise people when I talk about it, when I say it's arsenic. When people think about arsenic, but well, somebody's trying to poison me, the poison lead or whatever. It turns out no. Many of the water supplies are contaminated with arsenic. I'm talking about public water supplies, not just wells that were drilled in unfortunate places. But the arsenic is high in many of the water supplies. It is often high in chicken. It's often high in arsenic, in rice. And if you've got one of these old wooden climbing toys that are made with preserved woods, they have a huge amount of arsenic. So kids who crawl on that get this arsenic into their bodies. So arsenic turns out to be a huge toxin. And as near as I can tell from looking at a lot of research, about 25% to 30% of people in North America have arsenic levels known to induce disease in humans. We're not extrapolating data for animals here. We're looking at human data.
Well, what are some of the problems that the arsenic will cause inside the human body?
So there are many areas that causes trouble. The one that is most worrisome is it directly causes DNA damage. And by the way, and this is one reason why it's so important to eat organically. Not only because organically grown foods are low in toxins, but organically grown foods are high in things like flavonoids and carotenoids. And it turns out that many of these flavonoids protect the DNA from arsenic. But when you eat food that's chemically grown rather than organically grown, well, guess what? You don't have these protective molecules. You get more damage from the arsenic.
So I eat a lot of, well, not a lot, but I eat, brown rice a couple, 2-3 times a week. And you mentioned rice. That's got a lot of arsenic. So what can we do if we want to eat whole foods? We want to get rid of the carbs from hell. We want to eat the carbs from heaven and the healthy carbs like brown rice. What can we do?
So one is, try to find manufacturers who will actually tell you how much arsenic's in the rice. Most of them
there are actually companies that will do that.
I'm going to go further, but the problem is they won't tend to tell you. But if you find somebody who'll tell you, that sounds good. But the other part is, the good news is most of the arsenic is actually in the skin of the rice. So if you soak the rice for about 5 minutes and throw out the water and then cook it, you'll get rid of most of the arsenic. But the problem is you'll get rid of a lot of the trace minerals as well. So you got to make sure you eat organically so you get the trace minerals elsewhere, because you won't get it from the rice when you remove the arsenic.